Hey there, Internet fans. Ryan Perry here with the Digital Mastermind Academy, and my co-partner, co-host, Sarah Giametti, is on the other side, smiling and looking pretty as usual. Good afternoon, Sarah.
You make me mute and then I can't remember. Good afternoon, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing good. For those of you that may be listening without the video, that was not intentional. We did not go off the air. We are still here. And today is the final week of April. Therefore, it is week 4 of the video series that we've been doing. And so we're going to take collectively everything we learned in week 1, 2, and 3. How do we bring it all together? And for me, this is where I have the most fun and enjoyment, because this is where we actually get to take what we've created and we actually get to push it out into the market space. And it's really important for small business owners to get as much visibility out of this work that they've created. And that's essentially what we're going to show you today, is how to maximize your SEO visibility on when uploading your videos to YouTube, and then how can you push them out through social media.
Right. And as we've talked about in the previous weeks, that don't let the fear of being on video hamstring you. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start doing it, because it'll get easier. And if you follow these steps, you'll find as you go through the video series that it's not as overwhelming as you think it is.
Definitely correct. And the reality is, from a ROI point of view, video is going to be the most powerful, unless you're really good at Snapchat or Instagram, something like that. But for most businesses across the United States, video is going to be the best ROI when it comes to marketing. And that actually brings in the very first slide that we have. And that is, why would you want to optimize and promote video? And it's really about boosting brand visibility. And when you properly optimize and promote your videos, the return on investment is huge, especially if you're shooting on a smartphone, where you're not actually having to invest in video equipment, which I don't recommend doing. We want these video blogs to be down and dirty, like we talked about in probably week 1. And it's just a matter of having a system in place. And that system is what we're going to show you in today's show.
Right. And not only a system, but also just, the system and the schedule is really going to make it easier for you. And this may be completely foreign topic for small business owners, because video is not typically something that small business owners have been utilizing for their marketing. And so it's a great opportunity for you to lead the pack, but also to get the kinks out before you build a huge following, because you haven't been doing it up until now.
Yeah, those are all great points, and definitely, if you're feeling hesitant about doing video, trust me, your competitors are too. So those that get over that barrier and start moving forward now are going to have the competitive lead, if you will. What I want to roll into is actually the start of, because in week 3, we talked about actually creating and editing videos. May you edit yourself or outsource it. But we're assuming at this point you actually have some content. And one of the very first things that you want to do when you are getting ready to upload, this is your final video, when you're ready to upload this final video to YouTube, it's really important to rename it. And as you can see, cameras have a set was it naming culture? What is that called? That's right. Somebody in the comments below, somebody let us know what it is. I know what the word is. Sarah knows what the word is. Nomenclature. There you go.
Nomenclature.
So what we have here as an example, this is a DJI camera. So they start DJI 001, then 02. The problem is, when you upload this to YouTube, one of the very first things that it actually receives is this file, and it's kind of like giving a baby to its newborn mother. It's like giving a baby to its mother and going, here's DJI 001, enjoy. There's not a lot of value in that. We actually want to name that. And when we're naming it, we really want to do it from an SEO point of view. And that is, make sure that you integrate some keywords, because you did keyword research, right? Remember back to week 1 or week 2, you did the keyword research, rename these video files. Very, very important. That way, when you upload this, and let's say you're a dentist in Mill Valley, as an example, you would actually name the file Dentist Mill Valley, or Teeth Whitening Tips Mill Valley. That's the first point of entry that we're going to give both Google and YouTube as far as what this video is about. So here's another example. If we were doing some video marketing instead of DJI, we would use 5-video- blah, blah, blah tips for small business. Quick tip here, by the way, this is an underscore. Let me get my fancy little guy here. This right here is an underscore, and this is a stop search. And what that means is that if we look at this video title right here, 5-video-marketing, this hyphen, Google and YouTube actually read through this. So it would actually read 5-video marketing tips, small business, keyword loaded. If you're one of those people that are used to using underscores to separate, and I did 5-video, the only thing YouTube and Google would recognize would be the 5, because the underscore is a stop. So that is a pro tip for anybody out there who didn't know that. Very, very important from a search optimization point of view.
Right. You don't want to hamper Google right from the get-go with something as simple as the file name. So make sure that you've got the optimization in there. And if you haven't done your keyword research, go back, watch our videos before this, and get that done before you start uploading videos. You definitely want to at least have a basic keyword phrase as your video name.
Yeah. And then the next thing, once you actually renamed your file, you need to upload it to YouTube. And this is kind of what the screen looks like when you log into your business account. Make sure you log into a branded YouTube channel, not your personal. And you have, under privacy, you'll have either 3 or 4 options here. We have public, which is visible to all. Let me get my little squiggly. Unlisted right here is you would actually need the URL. If you don't have the URL, people won't see it. Private means you actually have to be logged into the account to view it. And then scheduled, you have to have an AdSense account set up and attached to your YouTube channel in order to post at a later date. And this is really nice in order to, and if you're going to upload multiple videos, but maybe you don't want one to show until Monday, as an example, you can actually schedule this and go, okay, don't post this. You can upload it now, put the title, description, everything in, but it won't actually present it on YouTube as a public video until Monday, as an example.
Right. And a note on the unlisted with that you need the URL to view, that does not mean that other people can't view it. So if I shared a URL to Ryan, and he could turn around and post it on Facebook and have everybody see that URL. As long as they have the URL, anybody can see it. So you want to make sure if it's something that you don't accidentally want the world to see, you don't want to pick that option.
Yeah, and there's a strategic marketing. This is like an advanced SEO where you actually release a video as unlisted and you share it, and it can really give you a lot of boost and props when you do this correctly. It's an advanced one that we share in our advanced training. So what do we do next? Once we actually upload the video, YouTube has it. The next thing that happens is we have the screen that you have to fill out. This is kind of like all the information that you need to fill out. The first thing you want to do is do your title. So here's that title, 5 Best Video Marketing Secrets. Want to add a description in. The description should also be keyword loaded. And it's really important to add a website so people can go back to. And for those of you that are SEO YouTube savvy, you'll notice that I made a little mistake here. And that is right here. It says learn more at www.digitalmastermind.academy. I'm missing something very, very important, and that is the HTTP:/. And the reason why is that this, as it is on YouTube, and this is a YouTube only thing, this is actually not a clickable link. You have to include the HTTP:/, in order to make this a clickable link. So that's another little SEO tip there. Additionally, tags are becoming more and more important from a YouTube point of view. They allow up to 500 characters in tags. That doesn't mean you need to use all 500 characters. And like just about anything, you do not want to spam this area by putting in 20 different ways of using the color blue. Does not help you at all. You want to be video specific as far as your tags. And there's a lot of training just around tags because these are becoming very, very important from a YouTube SEO point of view. Additionally, playlists, there's also some advanced training around playlists, but make sure you add your videos to a playlist. This is 5 best video marketing secrets. So I would have an actual playlist called video marketing that I would want to add this to. And there's a lot of things, some advanced SEO tips and strategies that you can use that not only will boost the visibility of this video, but all the videos that you have in that playlist. Really, really powerful. The other thing I recommend doing is adding a custom thumbnail. One of the frustrating things about YouTube is they give you 3 random thumbnails to choose from. And if you happen to be what do we call that when we're just talking heads. Thank you. If you're doing a lot of talking head video type of stuff and YouTube only gives you 3 options to choose from, more than likely one of them is going to be all, as your
usually all 3 of them are some version of that.
Or you have your eyes closed. There's always something goofy. So having a custom thumbnail is very, very important. Not only because you want to have something that's presentable, but this is going to be the first thing people see is your thumbnail. So there should be branding, the right font, the right colors, the right consistency as far as the images go is very, very powerful from a branding point of view.
And it'll also stand out if someone's on your channel and they're looking through all your videos and you've been creating custom thumbnails and uploading them, you'll see a consistency throughout the entire channel. And so it just helps brand the whole entire look. If you look at ours, if you go to our channel and you click the video tab and you look at all our videos, they all have a similar feel to them, the way that they are laid out and the way the font is and the colors and where the logo is and positioning. And so it all goes together. And so it's appealing and easy on the eyes. And so it's something to really consider with the custom thumbnails.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to be from a branding point of view. You want to position yourself. I was just talking to a client today, and one of their things is they brought up is that, oh, well, people view us as a mom and pop operation, which I was kind of surprised because they've got 3 technicians, they have office staff, they've got a warehouse full of stuff. And I'm like, I wonder why they think of you that way. But part of that is, is how you actually present yourself online, because that for a lot of people, that's going to be your first impression. Your website, your social media, and YouTube is a social media channel. So definitely want to brand that correctly. Now, once you have all of this filled out, all you need to do is click done up here in the upper right-hand corner, and your video is complete. Now, if you want, for people that need an actual step-by-step checklist, and you can see you can actually check these off as you've done it, there is a program called TubeBuddy. It's a program that I use. It's a very helpful tool. It is a paid tool. It's $9 a month. But it has this really cool checklist. And one of the nice things about it, you see this little gear right here, you can actually go in and modify this checklist however you want. So you can customize the checklist for yourself, or more importantly, if you have somebody else that's helping you and you want to make sure that they're following the right steps, this is a real easy way that you can keep people on track and making sure that they are uploading your content correctly. And let me just tell you, TubeBuddy does so much more than just this checklist. That goes in the tag managers, where you can actually see what your competitors are using for tag, how you rank for your tags. It's a very, very powerful tool. If you plan on using video on a regular basis, I highly recommend TubeBuddy, as it's a really nice piece of equipment, or software, I should say.
And anything that you can do to make your life easier to make sure that you get this done is probably worth at least investigating it and the cost. And $9 a month is not that much money.
No, especially when you consider, what is your value per hour, and so if it needs to save you 10 minutes a month, boom, it's more than paid for itself. So super, super simple. The next slide I want to show you is going to be an end card. And what's really interesting about end cards is that it's not part of that original slide. You actually have to click the done, save that video. We have to go back into the editing feature in order to get into some of these other areas that we're going to talk about next. And the first one is going to be the end card. This is a relatively new feature that YouTube has integrated, and they did it for branding and ease of use for viewers. And this only shows up in the last 20 seconds of the video. So if you plan on using an end card when you're actually editing the videos, you want to make sure that this last 20 seconds, this little bit of information, that you have room to add an end card. And what's really neat, all you have to do is click this button and add element. In this example, I've added 3. I've added a video that's best for viewers. So YouTube knows what the viewer's been watching, will then look at your list of videos, and they'll choose the best appropriate, or the best, most impressive video for the actual user. And so this is to keep them engaged on your channel. The longer you keep somebody engaged in your channel, the more credibility that you're going to have with YouTube, and therefore you're going to rank higher. The other thing I added was a playlist video. In this case, I added the playlist called Facebook. So this video end card, I'm assuming this was a Facebook video. So, oh, you're already interested in videos about Facebook. Let me show you the other 46 videos that I have in my playlist. And the other one is a subscribe button, and that's this icon right here. And that makes it really easy for people to subscribe to your channel. And this, I don't know how well this is going to show up, but this blue box, this is kind of the border that you have to work with, that you can drop things in. In this case, when I edited the video, I did a little end video also that I popped in here that's really hard to see. And it's basically going, hey, if you liked what I said, please subscribe by clicking on the link to the right, or watch one of the videos below. And that's kind of my last 20 seconds is my upsell. And this is great for branding. So this gray area, this gray box right here, could also be an image that is a branded image to promote whatever it is that your business does. Also, once you get your videos uploaded, so that we're on YouTube, and this would be your top of your video. I didn't bring in the whole page because we don't need to see the whole page. I just wanted to highlight right underneath the video, there is this share button. And what's really neat about this share button is that it makes it really easy for you to promote content. You can either copy your URL and paste it in other places. The other thing you can do is it has all of these social media platforms. You can actually just click. So if I wanted to share this on Twitter, click. If I wanted to share it on Blogger, click. If I want to share it on LinkedIn, click. It's automatically integrated. The only thing you have to do is you have to integrate these accounts. You have to attach because YouTube doesn't know what your LinkedIn account is. But once you have those 2 accounts connected, all you have to do is click, type in a quick message, boom, send it out. Super, super simple. I don't think many people know how easy it is to actually promote content. And, it's really great that you create video, but if you don't push it out to your audience, who's going to know?
And you definitely want to make sure you cross promote. And this goes back to I think last month when we were doing social media, is you want to utilize the content like this kind of as evergreen content. As long as it's still relevant, you can use it over and over again over the course of several months. And YouTube wants you to send people to them. They want to add more viewers, and so they make it really easy for you to share. And so take it and share it across the platforms where you have other audiences, because your audiences aren't necessarily, one person is not necessarily on all 4 of the platforms that you may be playing on. And so this way you can pick up extra views and get in front of almost everybody, or a lot more of your audience than you would if you just left it on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing that you can do with this, we'll give you a couple of pro tips here. The other thing that you can do with videos is actually have the video transcribed. There are transcription services out there that will take your video and convert the audio into text, because Google loves text on your website. And you can actually embed not only the video, but the transcribed audio to text into your WordPress blog. Very, very powerful. And the other thing is while they're doing this transcription for you, is have them, also have them do what's called an SRT file. And what an SRT file is it can be uploaded, and it's the closed caption. So if you ever turn closed caption on and you see the text down here at the bottom as you're talking, that's what this SRT file is. And it's another tool that Google uses in order to understand what your video is about. So it gives it more SEO juice, essentially. Very, very powerful stuff. So let's also talk about Facebook. You've already created this video. We know that Facebook wants you to work within their platform. I would say Facebook's a little greedy, wouldn't you, Sarah?
Absolutely. They want to keep, if somebody's already there, they want to keep them there as long as possible. And so they've definitely given preference over self-uploaded videos versus links to something like YouTube.
Yeah, and so one of the things that you'll want to do is actually upload to Facebook directly. Same thing as YouTube. Make sure you have a description, make sure you have a title, include some tags, and then go ahead and publish. One of the great things about Facebook is they make it really easy to publish in the future. So if you want to go ahead and publish in the future, and then also make sure you embed that custom thumbnail that you did for your YouTube channel, make sure you throw that in here also. And let's go through, oh yes, the pro tip, TubeBuddy actually allows you to do this directly from Facebook. So this is one of those areas where TubeBuddy can, what's that?
TubeBuddy allows you to do it directly from YouTube.
From YouTube, I'm sorry, yeah, not from Facebook. Why would we go to Facebook? Correct. So what's really cool about TubeBuddy is that you can, within YouTube itself, you can actually, through TubeBuddy, you can upload the video, and it naturally uploads it into Facebook, so that when you go on the Facebook, it's been uploaded to Facebook's database. But I didn't literally have to log into Facebook in order to do it. Just makes things super simple and really, really easy to do.
And it all goes back to saving yourself time so that you actually get it done. And that's what a lot of our tips are for, is making sure that you get everything done as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Next thing I talked about actually integrating the video into your website. So over here on the left-hand side, this is going to be the actual embed. So if you look right above here would be the actual video. Here's that share button I showed before. All you need to do is click embed, and this code pops up. One of the things I highly recommend is clicking show more, and that will give you this screen. And what you have is choices on video size. Also, you'll want to check show player controls, and then you can just copy and paste this code. One of the big things we see with people is they will share videos, but then it says show suggested video when the video finishes. This is the default setting. You want to make sure this box is turned off, because there's nothing better than going to your website and watching a video about you on your website, finishing the video and having your competitor pop up as a suggested video. You don't want to do that. So make sure you turn this off. And all you have to do is just copy this code, paste it into your website. And if you're on WordPress, this is what it looks like. This is where your title goes in WordPress. And right here is that code. And the key thing with when embedding this code is you need to be on the text tab. So over on the right-hand side, you have a visual tab, which I call like a WYSIWYG editor, or you have a straight text tab. And what's really important about this is that if you put this code in on the visual, the code will show up because you're telling WordPress to just show whatever you type in. Text actually takes into account the HTML information, and it knows what to do with that code, so the video pops up.
And so a little pro tip you can do if you're not as comfortable staying in the text one that's showing code is you can just drop the embed code and then go back to visual and then type in all the stuff you want to type in. If you're more used to and more comfortable in the visual tab, you can just drop in that line of code and then switch back, and the video will show up. So you'll be able to use things like enter to type above it and enter to type below it and all kinds of stuff and get your text there.
Yep. And so that's what this slide is right here. So what we were looking at before, let me click up. This is what it looks like in HTML. This is the text. And then if you click on the visual tab, this is what the same page looks like. So you can actually see your video. You've got your WYSIWYG editor here where you can bold and do all kinds of fun, exciting stuff. So super, super simple, very powerful tool. And what's great about incorporating both video and text into your blog is that if people just want to watch the video, they can watch the video. If they're in a position where they don't feel like watching a video or they're not able to watch the video, they can go ahead and read the text and get the same information. So what are you going to do?
You're going to actually get started.
We got to get started. So this actual slide deck, you can download the slide deck in the link below and use this system as a guide. We built this week out to literally step you through step 1, step 2, step 3 of how to upload the video correctly, how to make sure you SEO optimize the video, make sure you share the video through all your different social media channels, and then be sure to actually embed it, transcribe it, and embed it into your blog. And that by itself is going to be very, very powerful. If that's all you did from a marketing point of view, it is a great start that I'm going to guess 95+% of businesses aren't doing this. And it's really about competition. Are you doing a better job marketing than your competitors? Just by doing this, you can really, really get a leg up on your competition.
Easy to see if your competition is doing it. You can go to their website, see if they have a YouTube link, look at their blog, do some competitive research, see if your competition is even doing this. And if not, that should be even more motivation for you to get on the bandwagon and start with video, because you'll be light years ahead of them. Because if they're not doing it now, with how powerful video has gotten over the last couple of years, they're probably not going to jump on board anytime soon. And so you can just leave them in the dust by getting used to it, getting comfortable with it, scheduling it, getting it as part of your procedure. And we've given you a lot of tips to just get it done and as easily and efficiently as possible.
Yeah, and when you think about VR, virtual reality, the goggles and all of that, when VR becomes like the next thing, which it will happen, people, that is going to put such an emphasis on video that it's really going to be, I think it's going to be the tool to use. People aren't going to be talking about social media and Facebook and Twitter. They're going to be talking about VR. What are you doing for VR? What are you doing for VR? Well, you got to create content for VR, and video is the best place to start. So make sure calendar content, that is actually what content are you going to talk about and what day are you going to shoot video. This is going to help keep you on track, and just it's that reinsurance that, okay, yeah, this is part of my marketing plan. These are the things I need to do. Make sure that the videos you create are relevant to the type of clients that you want to attract. That's one of the cool things about marketing is if If you're here, but you really want to be over there, then this is the type of content you need to create in order to attract the type of clients that you want. Also, just doing something is so much better than not doing things. So expecting everything to be perfect all the time, that's not the case. Shoot some video. If it's really bad and it's going to hurt your brand, it's just digital content. Delete it, start over. It's okay. But you're never going to be perfect. Make sure you SEO optimize. You're going to take the time and energy to create this content. Do a little bit of work, optimize your videos. It's really not that difficult. Make sure you share all your videos on your social media platforms, and not just one, not just Facebook, but throw it out on Twitter, create a blogger account, all of that. Get those content, get those backlinks, and like Sarah was talking about, evergreen content. What's cool about evergreen content is you can share it more than once, and that really should be tied into your calendar. You can put in stuff 3 months down the road. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and repost this content because it's still relevant.
And that's where it saves you time.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, wouldn't it be really cool if you didn't actually have to create something new and you could just post something from 3 months ago, and then 6 months, and then 9 months, and so on and so forth. So what you want to do, brainstorm some ideas. So this is kind of going back into week 1. This is going to be kind of an overview of the 4 weeks. Make sure you download the free brainstorm idea, how to come up with 100 blog ideas in an hour. Calendar some time to shoot your videos. Actually shoot your video, optimize it, share it, incorporate it into a blog. And of course, follow us on Facebook. We've got a lot of other tips that we're sharing on our Digital Mastermind Academy on Facebook, and subscribe to Digital Mastermind Academy on YouTube to keep us up to date, to keep you up to date with everything that is going on for your small business marketing.
Yeah, we definitely, and if you have any questions about today's video or any of the other videos, you have some issues, leave a comment below. We'll get back to you. We'd love to engage and help you get going with this. And if you're frozen, definitely let us know like what's holding you back, and we'd love to help you get going. So we just really want you to get started and take the first step.
Yeah, and it's really about taking the first step. And I was forget who I was talking to, but there's Gary V. Vaynerchuk. I always have a hard time with his last name. Huge thought leader in our industry. And one of his things, that he was at a conference specifically for real estate agents, and he had a lot of great ideas for real estate agents that we'll be incorporating for our clients. But one of the things that I really liked about what he said was that if he asked somebody in the audience, who are you? What do you do? They go, oh, I'm a real estate agent. I help people find the house of their dream. And he goes, that's really not the right answer today. For most small businesses, you really should think of yourself as a digital marketing company first, and then put a comma there, and then say real estate agent, and then say veterinarian, and then say optometrist, dentist, whatever it is, because the small business owners that can really maximize that first half, the digital marketing side of it, are going to be leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else in business. And that's going to allow them to really grow their company and create whatever type of legacy that they want.
Yeah, and it's a little late to embrace digital marketing, but it's not too late, but you definitely have to do it. And video is a great, easy way to take that first step, but you're not going to, a small business just isn't going to survive without being online. And that's unfortunately the new reality of marketing.
Yeah. So we are here to help you. We are not going to be on the air next week. We've got 3 months worth of content. Feel free to check out the channel, subscribe. We are going to be game planning some super sleuthy marketing just for small business owners to really kind of, again, we want to create content that we can walk you through so that it's not just this head in the sky, oh, well, you should do this, this, and this. And then you're like, okay, great, but how do I do it? I want to actually show you how to do it. So that's what we're looking for. We will be back on, though, and we will let you know what type of fabulous stuff we will be coming up with.
And in the meantime, we'll have some other videos uploading. It's just the live portion that we're taking a little hiatus while we game plan, but we'll have some other videos and tips uploaded for you throughout that time.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So with that, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, thoughts, suggestions, you know what to do. Leave them below and we'll be sure to get back to you. All right, everybody, take care.